And Stephanie, I would say tonight's event certainly was a success. I talked with people who came all the way from Oklahoma to attend today's tournament. The ordinance will take into effect on August 12th, but Mayor Todd Strange has given a 30-day grace period, if you will, to the citizens of Montgomery so they can adapt to this new rule. I talked with one church resident off camera, and she said her church had little property damage, but nothing of value was stolen. The man who led the Crimson Tide to the 2009 BCS National Championship is now starring in his very own movie. But what are the Alabama and Auburn fans saying about all the hype and how it could affect the team's performance? And Glenn, we've had several customers approach us here today asking if another raid is happening soon. These are people who are hoping their means of entertainment isn't coming to an end. We have a warning out for Facebook users. Police in Cherokee County cracked an 8-month-old case this week. A neighborhood in Calhoun is shocked today after a home suddenly exploded. Parents tell us they will be scheduling meetings with school administration voicing their concerns because they were notified so late about the incident. A father jumped into the freezing East River in Manhattan after his 2-year-old daughter fell in. This is the video of David Anderson holding his daughter Bridget Sheridan above the chilly waters as they waited for help. A French tourist jumped in to save the girl, and Anderson followed closely behind. He says his daughter slipped through the guardrails at the South Street Seaport Museum as he looked away to adjust his camera. Sheridan was not hurt.
I commend each and every journalist that's out there getting the truth out, because it's very important that we show people everywhere what's truly going on there. He is trying very hard to cover it up by not allowing people to go live and show protests, but as reporters, we can't allow that, and we have to do our part for the United States and the whole world to show what's truly happening.
It's really a country in flux, and nobody knows. What are the concerns now?
You know, they're concerned about the future of the country, but they truly believe that they're going to be able to put into place somebody that's going to take them in the right direction.
Are they concerned that it's going to become more conservative? Women may have to wear hijabs, that it may be more Islamist. What do you think?
You know what? From everyone I've spoken to, they firmly believe that this is going to turn into a very secular country. It's going to be very democratic. They're not going to have to abide by the rules. So there's plenty of women that already cover their hair with hijab, but a lot of them don't. And I don't think that they believe that the country is going to go into that direction.
Effective immediately, Major League Baseball has enacted blood testing for human growth hormones. This will be random testing among all minor league players. Biscuits announcer Joe Davis says this is an issue that Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig had to address.
More guys have continued to come out as steroid users. I think that it's just steps have become more and more necessary for him to take.
Biscuits outfielder John Matulia thinks this is a positive step forward.
I think it's a good thing. They're trying to clean up baseball, and I guess a good place to start some minor leagues.
Braves catcher Brian McCann welcomes the testing in minor leagues and says, "I think any way we can clean up this sport, I'm all for it. The more strict the testing, the better." Biscuits fan Brian Meek feels this rule should not be limited to the minor leagues.
And I know a lot of times it might start here, but to me it's kind of tacky going after these guys when they're trying to get there, and I know they need to cut out the growth hormones and everything, but I mean it should be the same way in the majors.
But baseball fan Scott Brewer says the younger the target age, the better the future for the athletes.
I think that's great that the minor league is taking hold of that, because it's really been ugly with the major leagues.
As college students move in and prepare to start classes in a few short days, parents and students try to adapt to a struggling economy as many schools raise the price of tuition.
Well, I feel like they're raising tuition like every other year or whatnot, and it's hard to pay for it. Without a scholarship, I probably wouldn't even be here right now.
In order to continue to provide the same kinds of services and programs and activities for our students, we knew that we needed to increase tuition.
Vice President of Marketing and Communications Danielle Kennedy Lamar says though tuition did go up, the university is making sure students who have financial needs are still able to afford tuition at ASU. Freshman Lindsay McCall says a tennis scholarship is what ultimately helped her with the spike in tuition.
With the economy, trying to figure out where I can go, where I feel comfortable, and it's okay to feel comfortable with somewhere, but you also have to be able to afford to be there.
These parents say not sending their children to college was not an option. They say they're doing everything in their power to make sure a good future awaits their children after graduation.
Well, because I am disabled, it's really bad. But he needs the education, so you do the best you can. You take away one bill to pay something here or to try to get his books, you know.
Angela Sharif Sain is moving her daughter in from Michigan, meaning she has to pay out-of-state tuition starting this year.
If it means cutting back a little at home in Michigan to get her education here in Alabama, then that's what we'll do.
And some parents mentioned another way to save on the cost of books is by having the option to rent instead of purchasing them. In the CBS 8 Live Center, I'm Nancy Mousa. Now back to you.